Welcome to Originals Tea. Premium tea manufacturer since 2019. How are tea bags made? Tea leaves are made from the leaves of an evergreen shrub named Camellia Sinensis. The leaves of the plant are harvested time to time and subjected to many mechanical processes before finally getting made into the tea leaves that you use. Tea is the second most consumed beverage in this world, right after water. The ever-growing demand for tea leaves is continually forcing the tea makers into making tea accessible even more to consumers. Tea makers need to ensure that good quality tea leaves are delivered to people across the globe. It is also vital for the makers to make it simpler for people to enjoy tea. The question of easy accessibility of tea leaves has commercialized easy tea brewing methods. Tea is now widespread across the globe in the form of canned drink, bottled drink, ready-to-make powders and tea bags besides packet leaves. Teabag is perhaps one of the most fascinating and most popular forms of serving tea around the world. The ease in brewing a cup of warm tea using tea bags is unparalleled. Tea bags are also extremely portable and are therefore used for serving tea almost everywhere. A cup of warm water and a tea bag is all it takes to make your day beautiful. With trendy tea bags being used everywhere, you have probably wondered, what is this thing actually? How is it even made? Why is it so popular among tea drinkers? How are tea bags made? Tea bags containing various types of tea leaves are manufactured in factories using different mechanical processes. Tea bags are generally made of filter paper or microplastics and have varieties of tea leaves. Tea bags are of great commercial interest because of its simplicity and portability. History of tea bags. Tea bags, while very much in trend, might seem to be a relatively newer invention working its way up the demand. But it is not quite the case. Teabags root its story back in the 1900s. Until the 20th century, tea was sold loose. In the year 1904, an enterprising merchant named Thomas Sullivan reportedly sent tea leaves to customers wrapped in silk bags. Some of the customers mistakenly dipped the tea leaves covered in the silk directly into warm water, confused with what to do with them. To quite their surprise, the tea tasted beautiful, just as it was meant to be. It is believed that this small mistake paved its way towards creating what we today know as the tea bags. Thomas Sullivan was successful in commercializing the invention and getting it famous around the world. Since then, the invention has come a long way. The silk bags then gave way to gauze pouches and eventually to specially treated filter paper, which is in use today. It has always been subjected to various experimentation which prompted its commercial growth and popularity. Companies have come up with their variation in tea bags over time. Nowadays, almost every kind of tea is commercially available in the form of a tea bag. The first tea bag packing machine was invented in the year 1929 by Adolf Rambold for a German company named Tecan. The heat-sealed paper fiber tea bag was patented in 1930 by William Hermanson. The now common rectangular tea bag was not invented until the year 1944. How do tea bags work? Tea bags work in the same principle as infusers. Just like infusers, where tea leaves are placed and dipped into the water, tea bags act in the same manner. The bag is dipped into the warm water, which extracts out the flavors and goodness from the bag and into the water. The material of the tea bag works as a semi-permeable membrane over which the process of osmosis takes place. Osmosis and diffusion are the two main phenomenons which govern the process of brewing tea. The tea leaves are packed with the flavors and aroma which pass from the region of higher concentration, tea leaves, to region of lower concentration, water, through the semi-permeable membrane. The principle of osmosis governs this. Similarly, the goodness extracted from the tea leaves passes onto the warm water uniformly because of diffusion. Production of tea bags. Shapes of tea bags. Tea bags are available in various different shapes and materials. Traditionally, tea bags came in square and rectangular shapes. With advanced research in the field, tea bags are now also available in circular and tetrahedral shapes. Manufacturers claim the extraction process is greatly improved with these shapes. Material. Tea bags are generally made of filter paper composed of wool and some vegetable fibers. These are in great demand because of the biodegradable nature of the components. Alternatively, expensive tea bags are made of silk or nylon. Silk is preferred to nylon because of health and biodegradability issues. Another material used for making tea bags is soylan, made from corn starch. Some tea bags have a heat-sealable thermoplastic such as PVC or polypropylene as a component fiber on the inner surface. Issues regarding the use of plastics have often been raised. Studies have claimed that almost 11.6 billion microplastics and 3.1 billion nanoplastics are released into a single cup while brewing tea, which can pose a severe threat to the human body over time. This has led to criticism on the use of plastic for the purpose. Similarly, issues regarding biodegradation of the material after dumping has also come up. The thermoplastics used for making plastic-based tea bags also are often non-biodegradable and pose problems to the environment daily. Manufacturers have, therefore, turned towards the use of cornstarch instead of plastic. Commercially available tea bags are generally made of filter paper and rarely use food-grade plastic materials. Tea bags are generally sold with a wide variety of teas as well as other infusions like herbal teas. Typically, tea bags use fannings. The leftovers after larger leaf pieces are gathered for sale as loose tea. Still, some companies sell tea bags containing whole leaf tea. Open-ended tea bags are also of great commercial interest these days. These both-sided open-ended pouches are usually available with partially pre-filled tea leaves. You can fill such tea bags with any tea leaf you prefer. These offer the consumers a wide range of options in tea leaves along with the ease of brewing a tea bag. No wonder consumers quickly accept these bags across the globe. Advantages of tea bags. Tea bags are in great demand across the globe because of its commercial viability. Tea bags are advantageous in the following ways. Tea bags are easy to use. Tea bags are just 2 steps away from offering you a captivating experience. A cup of warm water and a tea bag is all you need. You do not need to take the pain of brewing a cup of tea. Hassle-free tea just a minute away. Just dip and enjoy. 2. Tea bags are incredibly portable. Tea bags are easy to carry item. Warm water is readily available everywhere if you do not wish to bring a flask yourself. Similarly, a pack of tea bag can be easily carried and enjoyed. Dip one of the bags into a cup of warm water, and you are good to go. Be it your office, or at your home, or even during transportation, the tea bag can be a lifesaver. 3. Tea bags offer a great variety to your regular drink. Tea bags of several different types are commercially available across the globe. You can have a different cup of tea every single day hassle-free. The different flavors allow you to enjoy lots of different flavors anytime you want. How are tea bags manufactured? Tea bags are manufactured in the same process as tea leaves are manufactured. The difference lies in the final steps as expected. To understand the process of tea bag manufacturing, you need to know how tea is manufactured. Plucking. Fresh tea leaves are first plucked from the tea plant, Camellia Sinensis. Manual plucking of the tea leaves is still preferred in most parts. However, machines with similar efficiency are commercially available for use. Withering. The next process in the manufacturing of tea leaves is withering. Traditional withering practices call for manually spreading the leaves in thin layers and exposing them to the open air for 18 to 20 hours. Modern factory places the leaves in troughs, perforated drums, or tunnels and exposes them to mechanical blasts of hot air. This process oxidizes the polyphenols, or tannins, the primary active ingredient, and turns the tea leaves a coppery color. Crushing. The next step is crushing. Tea leaves are crushed either manually with hand or using rotors known as rolling machines. The tea leaves are crushed depending upon the grade to be manufactured. White tea is crushed the least while black tea the most. This is because grinding tea exposes the tannins to atmospheric oxygen which oxidizes the leaves. Oxidation level determines the grade manufactured and is therefore carefully monitored. Drying. The following step is drying. Tea leaves were traditionally dried by exposing the tea leaves layer by layer into direct sunlight. The sun-drying method, although old, is still used in many places. Companies nowadays use either hot air blowing machines or hot pans over which tea leaves are placed. Black tea is dried the most, which gradually brings forth the characteristic black color. It is usually exposed to hot air machines which lock in the aroma and flavor. Drying time determines the grade manufactured and is therefore appropriately maintained. Black tea is followed by oolong tea, which is followed by green tea and then by white tea. Milling. The next step is milling. The dried tea leaves are transferred to mill rooms, where tea leaves are cut into different sizes. After the tea leaves are broken into pieces, it is passed through sieves with different sizes and arranged accordingly. Tea bags usually contain tea leaves of smaller sizes. Blending. The following step is blending. Tea leaves are then mixed to provide necessary tones and flavors to the mixture. Tea leaves are blended to ensure a particular blend provides the exact flavor and infusion quality. Additionally, tea leaves are exposed to different flowers and fruits which make up the blended teas. Measuring and packing. The following step involves measuring and filling the tea bags. The tea leaves are arranged according to different sizes and fed to the machine, which holds up the exact amount of tea leaves to be provided into the tea bag. 2 large rolls of filter paper are fed over and under a conveyor belt. Leaves are then poured into the conveyor belt, which takes up the contents to the lower filter paper. The upper layer of the filter paper is lowered gradually, and the tea leaves get sandwiched into the 2 filter paper layers. A conveyor belt moves the 3 components to a heat-sealing drum fitted with an indentation pattern. The drum seals the paper on the designated lines. The sealed paper then continues along a conveyor belt until it reaches a perforation blade that cuts the pieces into precise squares. After a string and tag are stapled to the bag, they are dropped into pre-printed boxes. This completes the process of manufacturing tea bags commercially. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.